All right, we're recording. Hi, everyone. My name's Sydney Fletcher. I am friends with Glenda, and I'm collaborating with her on this virtual retreat that we've prepared for you. We had always prepared to do this virtual retreat, so this is not something out of the blue for us. However, our theme of self-discipline seems really relevant considering all that we're under. What words am I trying to find? Everything we're going through right now. Glenda and I have been talking a lot about self-discipline as self-care, being able to reframe that, because I think a lot of us have thought of self-discipline or discipline in general as being told we're bad, or this hard-edged type of thematic in our lives. You know, our parents discipline us. But when you think about that idea of discipline, it's always come from a place of care. So now I think in the circumstance we're in, and whether that's in continuing to create the life of your dreams, even though I'm sure the life we're living right now is not exactly dreamlike to many of us, keeping the discipline to continue to believe in that dream, in those dreams that you've been pursuing, and not just letting them go because of the circumstances that are occurring around us right now. There's space for both of those. So all that to be said, I'm here to bring some movement into your life so that we can embody this theme of self-discipline, and not just have it up here, but also let it live in our hearts. So thank you for being here, for watching wherever you are in the world and whatever time of day it is. It's Saturday for me. I just finished a workout with one of my favorite mentors, Marie Forleo, on Instagram. And that felt really good to get my body moving. So I hope that this practice helps light you up as well. It's morning here in British Columbia. I'm on Vancouver Island. Maybe you're watching at night, or maybe you're also watching in the morning, but I'm so glad to have you here with me this morning. We're going to use two props. I want to make this practice as accessible as possible. The point really is just to get our bodies moving in some way, shape, or form. And so the tools we're going to use for this practice are a chair, because I would assume everybody has a chair. If you don't have a chair, or if you'd prefer to sit on the floor, you can absolutely do that. So know that that's also available, but I'm going to be doing it from my chair for many of the postures. The other thing I'm going to ask for you to collect is a blanket. Doesn't have to be any particular blanket, anything fancy, just whatever kind of blanket you have lying around. And we're going to fold this blanket so that it's about this size. I'm not a very huge human, so try and figure out the ratio. I'm about 5 feet tall. Doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be an exact science. It's not about perfection. So let your mind get rid of that idea, and we're just finding what's around us. So blanket, we're going to prep this blanket by rolling it up. And you can roll it into a tubular shape like this. So that shape roughly is going to be about the length of your spine, or maybe slightly shorter than the length of your spine. And you'll see why in a few moments. Of course, with any type of physical activity, I encourage you to listen to your body. There's no need for you to do every pose if it doesn't feel right for you. So these are just guidelines that I'm going to share, and you do you, and I'm going to trust that you do you. And otherwise, let's get started. So coming to sit on your chair. And we'll give ourselves a chance to all arrive together. So bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to the belly. And connecting to that very foundation of our belly and of our breath. In particular, the breath in the belly. And feeling the wave of breath as it enters the belly and fills up between the ribs all the way up to reach the heart or the lungs. Noticing that connection between those two areas of your body. So if the belly was point A, and if the heart was point B, our attention is not only just in those 2 points, but in following the breath all the way through the space in between those points. And this is where that idea of discipline comes into play right from the get-go. So rather than rushing from point A to point B, can you stay present? Can you discipline yourself to remain present with each point of the journey? Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Relaxing your hands down to your legs, your thighs, and returning to a more natural, less controlled type of breath. And just noticing how you feel in this moment. Noticing your feet on the ground and your sitting bones making contact with the chair beneath you. And sensing an upward rebounding force up through your spine, lifting the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And take one more deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. You can open your eyes. So we're going to start with our foundation, start with our feet, just getting the ankles and the feet moving. So pressing your feet into the floor. You might wiggle your toes a little bit. And then let's inhale, lift the heels up away. Exhale, lower the heels. And keep the heels lowered. This time, inhale, lift the toe bases, the toes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, toe bases, toes lift. exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And just speeding that process up a little bit. And you can just find a steady rhythm of breath as you speed up that process, but trying to maintain that awareness and that focus on what's happening at every moment. Notice if your mind is wanting to wander and just see if you can bring it back to the movement of your feet and your ankles. And then we'll slow down that movement until our feet just make full contact, heels and toes with the floor. And lifting your right knee, interlace the hands behind the thigh. Start to circle the foot, circle the ankle. And we're going to begin by circling it quite quickly. So rapid circles in one direction. And then I want you to think about beginning to slow down those circles so that your awareness just becomes focused on the sensation at each point in the circle. I find always moving slow is way more challenging than moving quickly. I find that in my body. I've always found that in my body. I find I create a lot more strength when I'm working on slower, more mindful movements. Okay, let's switch the circle. Nice and quick. I'm going to keep chatting your ears off. And I don't know about you, but in this new sort of state of being that we're asking of ourselves and staying home, let's slow down those circles. It's funny how hard it can still be to slow down. And we're actually sort of forced to do it right now in some sense. I never like to think about being forced. I always like to think that there's a choice, and there is. But it's okay if this is hard for you right now, because moving slow is hard. Or just something we're not used to. And let's lower that foot. Lifting your left knee, interlace the hands behind the thigh, and quick rotations of the ankle. You might hear some cracking from me or from your own body. That's normal. And then we'll begin to slow down the rotation. Bringing a sense of curiosity into play here. Noticing what your mind is doing when you slow down. If all of a sudden the chatter in your head begins to get louder, and just get curious about that. Okay, let's switch the direction of the circle. Nice rapid rotations. And then slow that effort down. Just seeing how big of a circle you can make. Okay, let's lower the left knee, left foot. Next, we're going to work on the knee joint, and we're also going to add a little nerve flossing and nerve tension to this activity. So pressing your right foot forward, say hello to my foot. I want you to tilt your head forward as well. Inhale, draw the heel in, lift the head. Exhale, reach the foot forward, tip the head forward. Inhale, draw it in, lift the head. Exhale, foot forward, head forward. Good. Let's do 2 more of those. Syncing your breath with movement. And it doesn't matter much where the inhale falls and where the exhale falls. We're just trying to sync it up. This time we're going to change things up. So we're going to press the foot forward, same as before, but lift the head up. So look up to your ceiling. Then heel comes in, head lifts. Exhale, press forward, look up. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, look up, press forward. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, look up, press forward. Inhale, draw in. Good. Lower the knee, lower the foot. You might feel that a bit in your hip flexors. That's okay. We're building some strength there. So left knee lifts this time. And same exercise on this side of the body. So press left foot forward, tilt the head forward. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, tilt the head, press the foot. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press, tilt down. Inhale, 2 more. Good, and then we'll switch the tilt of the head. So press the foot forward, tilt the chin up. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, look up, press forward. Inhale, in. Exhale, press, look up. Inhale, in. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Okay, this next exercise we're going to do standing. And we'll use the chair, or you can use a wall for balance, starting with the left hip. So you can secure, first find your standing feet. So mountain pose in yoga, Tadasana. We'll take our hands forward, just take a nice breath. Again, feeling the grounding force of gravity, drawing your feet down into the floor. And then feel an upward rebound effect, lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Connecting to your breath. And then we'll bring our hand to the chair for some balance, or to the wall, maybe both. You can lean your weight into your right foot, lift left knee. Open the knee out to the side, and then draw the knee down. Good, turn the knee forward. Exhale, lift. Inhale to circle it around and down. So just syncopating your breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're just warming up the hip joint. Maybe speeding up those circles and attempting to stay in the present moment as you speed up those circles. It's only speeding up to the point that you can still stay with the movement. One more time, and then we'll lower the foot. Let's come to the other side of the chair. I'm going to come into the bright glow of the sun. So finding our Tadasana, finding our mountain pose to begin. And then you can bring your hand to your hip if you want, or not. We'll just start to press into the left foot. Right knee lifts high, open out to the side and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And maybe slowly speeding up those hip circles, but only in a way that you can stay present. And we'll finish with 3, 2, and 1. Good. Well, let's turn our chair so that the front edge is facing us on our mat. And it's nice to have a mat just to help the chair stick so you don't end up sliding. If you're just using the floor, you could prop the chair against the wall and that will stabilize it. And we'll step our feet forward so they're coming under the front edge of the chair. Use your hands on the chair and step back with your right foot. And then just wiggling your right foot back. We're working to send the knee towards that front edge of the chair. And you can just start by pulsing this out a little bit. So sending the hips forward and back. Connecting to your breath here. And then we'll lower the back knee down. If you want a little padding, you can always unroll the blanket that we rolled up at the beginning and place it under the knees. Or if you have another blanket or pillow nearby, you can use that. And then landing here in this low lunge and thinking of scissoring the legs together and drawing the belly in and the heart up. So finding that connection of the belly to the chest once again. Your hands can stay on the chair for stability if you want. And then we'll lean forward, press through the back leg, and start to step your way forward. Then we'll switch sides, so reaching the left foot back, lowering the knee down, and then sending the right knee towards the chair. Oh, and we did those pulses, didn't we? So lift the back knee first, and we're just gonna kind of pulse it forward and back. So heel reaches back, front knee is shifting forward, just rocking the weight forward and back. And then bending left knee, lower it to the ground. Draw the belly in. Right away, when you draw the belly in, you might feel more of a stretch. And you can stay there just thinking about belly drawing in, or if you want more, you can start to lift the heart, feeling it become buoyant. You might even feel like you're leaning against a wall. So if there was a wall right behind your back would be resting against it, shoulders wrapping back. And we're going to add on to this stretch by just taking the chair to the side. And maybe I'll switch. I'm going to switch sides, but you can stay where you are. So chair to the side. And we're reaching the hips back, folding over a straightened leg. Then as you inhale, bend the front knee, reach the opposite arm up and over. So if your right knee is bent, you're reaching your left arm over. And then folding forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press your heel forward, hips reach back. Inhale, side bend as you lunge. 2 more. Last one. And we can draw that right knee back in. I'm going to turn around so you can see me on this side. So opposite leg steps forward. We're finding just that low lunge to begin with. And then lift the toes of the front foot. Shift the hips back, fold forward. Inhale, bend the front knee. Lift your opposite hand up and over, side bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Last one. Nice. Then we'll come to stand up. Bring your chair. We're returning to a seat on our chair. Notice if your breath has quickened. And let's bend the right elbow. Right palm faces up. We're going to wrap our left fingers around the pinky finger of the right hand. And I call this the give and receive. So we're going to give our hand forward, straightening through the right elbow, and then receive it back. And then wrap your fingers around now the pinky finger and the ring finger. So 2 fingers, give and receive. Take the pinky finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, give and receive. And now we'll grab all 4 fingers, give and receive. Good. And we'll travel back now. Give and receive all 4 fingers in hand. Release the index finger, give and receive. Release the next finger, give and receive. And lastly, pinky finger, give and receive. And we'll move to the other side. So now left elbow bends, left palm to the ceiling. Grab hold of that pinky finger, give, receive. Ring finger, pinky finger, give, receive. 3 fingers, give, receive. All 4 fingers, give, receive. And then travel backwards. Releasing the index finger, give, receive, release. The first 2 fingers, give, receive. Release the ring finger, give, receive. Good. And we'll bring our hands to the thighs. All right, what did I have planned for us next? Ah, yes. Okay, so some seated cat and cow. So let's inhale, send your sitting bones down and back as your spine grows up. And then exhale, draw your sitting bones forward and under, curling to the spine. Inhale, wrap the shoulders back. Grow your spine out of your hips. Exhale, round forward, curl forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Connecting breath to movement. And one more time through each of those shapes. Good. And then let's inhale, reach our arms wide. Exhale, right arm crosses over left, hug it in, fold in. Inhale, open the arms into a cactus shape. Exhale, hug left arm over right, fold. So just switching the cross of the arms each time. Open cactus. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. And just hang on to that hug. Maybe rocking from side to side. You can turn your head from side to side. Good. Open the elbows wide, cactus. And then hug it the opposite way, hanging onto that hug. Rocking a little bit. Open the elbows. And then we're going to turn our cactus upside down. Take the right hand to the low back and stack the left hand on top. And see if you can avoid touching. So we're creating some social distance between both hands and the back. There's some space. Open, flip your cactus back to position, and then flip it upside down. This time, left hand and right hand stacks on top. Social distance. Inhale, open your cactus, flip it back. Exhale, flip it over, right, and then left. Flip. Good. Left and then right. Let's do one more of those. Flip. Right, left, flip, left, right. Good. Flip it up. Wonderful. And we'll bring our hands in front of us, palms face up. Let's take the left hand, actually we're going to take the left hand to that curve of the neck. So allow your fingers to just create some subtle weight down onto the tissue there. If you turn your head from side to side, you'll feel those muscles moving beneath your fingers. So we're going to gently rest them there. The right hand is holding an imaginary serving tray. We're going to start by inhaling. Take your tray out to the side. Elbow stays in. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale wide. Exhale, draw it back. 2 more times. Nice. Inhale, take the hand out to the side. And then exhale, reach the fingertips down as you straighten the elbow. And then draw the elbow in. And reach the fingertips down as you straighten the elbow. We're going to add some head movement. So now tilt your head in the same direction. Head draws back in, elbow draws in. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, back in. Now tilt your head to the opposite side. And just stay with sensation. And be gentle with yourself. You don't have to go to your full range if it's uncomfortable. In fact, I suggest you don't go to your full range if it's super uncomfortable. So really listen to your body. Remember, self-care, discipline. Be disciplined enough to stop if it hurts. Turn your left palm up, left elbow in, and we'll take the right fingertips to that curve of the neck. And then taking your tray out to the side and back in again. And exhale as you take your fingertips out. Inhale as you draw in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's exhale, fingertips go out, and then we're gonna reach them down and away. And then elbow draws in. This time, tilt your head towards that hand. So same direction. And then we're going to tilt the head the opposite direction. So fingertips reach wide, head tilts to the other side. Exhale as you reach your fingertips wide, head tilts. Good, and then draw that hand back and place your palms onto your thigh. Just notice how you feel. Nice big breath. Rolling the shoulders a few times. And last little bit before we lie in more of a restorative shape, we're gonna bring some attention and focus into the neck. So tilting your head to the right ear to the right shoulder. Allow your shoulders to relax down. And then turn your nose towards the shoulder. And as if you're drawing a straight line up to the ceiling with the nose, take your nose up. Exhale, the nose comes back down. Inhale, the nose travels up. Exhale, travels down. Inhale, nose travels up. Exhale, straight line down, but then we're going to continue rolling the head towards the chest and over to the other shoulder. Back and around. Again, slow movements. Keep your mind on your movement. By keeping your mind on your movement, you could notice if something doesn't feel good. Maybe back off a little bit and do what you need to do. And then as your chin comes to your chest, let's stop there. Lift the head back through center. And then we're going to tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. And you'll turn your nose towards that shoulder. Same exercise on this side. So nose draws a straight line up to the ceiling. And then back down. Inhale to draw a line slowly up to the ceiling. Exhale to take it down. Inhale up. Exhale down and continuing that circle towards the chin, across to the right shoulder, back and around. And as your chin comes to the chest, stop and lift the head. Let's come up off our chair. You can move that chair to the side and then find your rolled up blanket and place it towards the top of the mat, just along the midline of your mat. I'll show you where we're going to go. So sitting in front of your blanket roll, about 6 inches or so, and you might have to adjust once you lie down, but we'll take our feet to the ground and just start to lower your back, your spine to that blanket roll. As long as the skull feels nicely supported, then you're in a good position. So if you have to shuffle forward or back a bit, then please do. Giving yourself a chance to arrive on your mat. First in this shape. And then you might press into the feet to lift the hips, drawing the sitting bones forward towards your heels so you can lengthen that lower part of your spine. And then lower the hips down to the floor. It just helps create some space in your lower spine. And you can stay here, allowing your knees to fall in towards each other, or if it feels okay for your body, you can extend the legs long. Palms can face up, and wrapping the shoulders, letting them just weight down towards the floor. And giving yourself and your body a chance to just be. Sometimes stillness can require the same amount of discipline as the doing. And in these more restorative, quiet shapes, I often like to ask myself this question of what can I do to find a little bit more ease? And sometimes that's a tiny adjustment in my body, or sometimes it's just as simple as taking a deep sigh. Now let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And we'll come out of the pose by bending the knees, returning the feet to the ground, and then rolling gently over to one side. And you can just grab that blanket and move it out of the way. We're going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. And what can be really nice in this is the weight of a blanket. So even if you want to unroll it and just drape it across your midsection, you could try draping it across the heart. Sometimes that can be really calming. I like it across my pelvis, almost like it's securing your foundation. You can roll the shoulders under you and take a deep breath and let the exhale settle you in. And take 3 more deep breaths. Following that breath from the belly up through the rib cage up into the heart. And following your exhales just as mindfully. Let's take one more deep inhale, filling completely full. Hold it just for a moment and then open the mouth and exhale. And you can wake up your body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. And perhaps reaching overhead for one last big stretch. We'll bend the knees. Roll to the side and press your way up to a seat. I'm going to sit on my blanket. You can sit on your blanket or your chair or the floor, whatever works best for you. Let's bring our hands to heart center. No matter what your goals are in this current moment, whether it's to keep your focus on the dreams that you were in process of creating, or whether it's just the goal of getting through each day. How can you utilize the idea of self-discipline and begin to see it as that piece of self-care? The discipline of staying present with your current reality. Not trying to run from it. The discipline of staying present with where you hope to be. And the discipline of taking care of yourself. And taking care of your heart, your body, and your mind. And with that, I say namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Just so you know, I have been putting together a 5-day coaching, we'll call it workshop. So these will just be daily coaching videos that might help you see things a little bit differently, or help you create some more calm in the chaos, help you create more of what you want in your daily life now and in the future. So if that's of any interest to you, it's completely free, and you can reach out to me personally. My email is Sydney, spelled just like Australia. So Sydney, Sydney, at sydneyfletcher.com. And we'll have that email address below this video or around wherever this video is posted. But please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. I'm here for you, whether it's for yoga and movement or for coaching. And I know Glenda feels the same. So we're here to do whatever we can to support you guys. Anyways, much love to all of you wherever you are in the world, and I hope to talk to you all or connect with you all again soon. Take care. Bye.